the security stopped him from entering the building. And they said, and then somebody told him Katt didn't want you to come in. And then at some point, somebody else came and gave him a check. Another security person reached over somebody's shoulder and gave him a check. He said that the people that were the working security locked arms to prevent.
They're talking about the beef that Katt Williams had with comedian Ali Siddiq. Y'all know who Ali Siddiq is. He's a very famous comedian. He has some couple of specials on YouTube too. Hit that thumbs up.
Him from walking inside of the building, and he thought that you had a problem with him, and he said he didn't know why you had a problem with him, and to this day he don't know why you have a problem with him. That was the.
It'd be nice if that was the story. So now, if that's the story, then let me see if I got this correct. A guy I've never met was supposed to be doing a show with me.
Okay.
And I got so angry, even though I hadn't met him, that I had security keep him out of the building. See, that's the problem with lies. They're faulty from their inception, sir. I'm the person in the story that doesn't have a grudge to feel. I don't care why I didn't like Katt Williams. I would get to the bottom of it. This is not one of those stories. First of all, the actual truth of this matter is, every city that I go to, I already have the comedians who are opening up for me. Not just this tour, but for the 17 100 city tours previous to this. I never go to the city and go, hey, do you guys have some comics here? I'd like to add them to my show. I just don't do it. I try.
Yeah, because they have to have comedians that are actually good. They can't just put on anybody. I've heard situations where comedians have went to places and people came up to them, hey, can I open for you? Like, no, I haven't seen your work. You can't just open for me.
Travel with the comedians that are coming to your city. We're one unit and one team when we come. That is to let you understand that no comic was fin to come join us that evening because there isn't space for it. I still have to do an hour at the end of this. There's a limited amount of time. So we could just start there. Second of all, I don't care where you're from, what the venue is, how cool you are with the people that work there. Katt Williams' show means Katt Williams' show. That means don't nothing move but the money. There ain't no loud talking and voice raising and, how dare you? How dare you? Let me look on the advertisements and see, do I see your name or face, sir, whoever you may be? Where would you even get the entitlement to be having this question? This is like me insisting that the Lakers put me on as a starter. And I won't take no for an answer. It's ridiculous. You don't even play in our league. And that's before I knew who you were. Now that I know who you are, I'm just ashamed because you took something personal that couldn't have been personal. I didn't meet you. That's how it would have gone if I wasn't there, because the truth is I wasn't there. All of this happened before I got there.
What happened with the check? When the security guy gave him the check?
When I asked what the person had said, I said, well, I don't understand. I don't understand why he's so angry. What did he say to you? He said, I'm supposed to be on this show. I said, well, maybe he was expecting to get some sort of a payment. And now he thinks he doesn't get to get paid because we already have a tour. I wouldn't want that. Pay him for performing.
Yeah. So he got the check of the performer. This is what he's angry about. Imagine the audacity. Remember, your story is that I'm kicking you the fuck out. Right. Get out and lock arms and don't let him in. And paying you? Make it make sense, King. So, either you're smaller than I think or I'm bigger. Either one. Like, you can't keep positioning the narrative Right.
Because that's all this is. This is so that in a conversation in America, there'll be something where he and I are evenly linked.
Right.
And only people in his hometown are floating that narrative.
You
I'm really him.
You don't believe that there's under any circumstances that you and Ali can come to a resolution, just be cool. Like,
You've just talked to me. You know I don't have a bone in this.
Yeah.
I don't have a bone in this.
So if I got him on the phone, you talk to him.
Katt stupid.
I would have gave him the celebrity boxing match he asked for if I thought he was a celebrity.
Ooh.
Oh, come on, man. You know Ali a celebrity. Come on,
Sir,
Katt.
I'm not
Come on,
talking.
Katt.
I didn't mean that disparagingly.
Yeah.
I meant that in ticket sales, my nigga. Ticket sales. That's what I meant. I mean, I'm doing 7,000 in your hometown while you go do 300. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm talking statistics. I'm talking about the biggest and baddest thing going. And you, a person trying to get in, why would you be mad? It's ridiculous. I'm offended.
Katt stupid. Oh snap. Katt a fool. he just naturally a funny dude, man.
I'm offended. Why? Because even if it's celebrity boxing, I need you to sell tickets too. I need you to sell these pay-per-view numbers, my nigga. I know I'm bringing it. It's more people that want to see me get laid out by you. And the fact that an upstanding and righteous gentleman like yourself is in that position with the only thing trying to be righteous in our lane is just more machinations of the devil. You should have a much better backstory when you pick me as an opponent.
You know what, man? I'm glad you at least addressed it. Because
when you talk to him and tell him what the truth is, he won't be able to refute it. I told you earlier, he doesn't know this. How could he know? It's okay for you to think that I'm that way, but there are 30,000 known comedians in America that you could have went to, and they would have told you, this is against my character. I am known for confronting my issue head up, be it Satan or his affiliates. I don't care if you 6'6". I don't care if it's 5 of you. I don't care if I'm guaranteed an L. I don't care if you put a gun in my face. I don't care about none of that. I care about doing the right thing as I see it in that moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, how did you get on in the first place as far as like with the movie thing? Like, I know I'm skipping over the comedy, but how did you get on with the movie thing? Like, specifically, I want to know about Money Mike. I want to know how you got that role.
Right. So here's the whole thing.
Mike.
Liars always come up with terrible lies. So Rickey Smiley says, yeah, Katt was supposed to play the Santa Claus and I was supposed to play the pimp. Liars always have ridiculous narratives. Nobody in America can imagine that a real movie studio would cast 5'5", 145-pound Katt Williams as a fucking Santa Claus, number one. Number two, Rickey Smiley was finna play a pimp. Really? Rickey Smiley has played a
Oh my God. Katt, you go. He said. This is crazy.
woman more times than Rickey Smiley has played a man. He's played Bernice Jenkins 5 times. I got it in my contract that I don't work with Rickey Smiley unless he's playing Miss Bernice Jenkins.
What?
Get out of here, man. That's in your contract for real?
I make my contracts, sir.
Oh,
when you're the master of your masters, everything else is subservient. That's why we have control. That's why we're hated, because there's something to hate. But anyway, so Money Mike, this is my first audition, not just my first movie. It's my first audition. The reason it was so great is because they allowed me to do what I wanted to do, and I needed to do things. So I needed to pick the wardrobe for the character. So Money Mike's wardrobe was impeccable because I designed it, and they made it so. I picked out the car, the color of the car. They had a guy playing a pimp. I need this to be an actual pimp. We need Bishop Magic Don Juan. Everything I had to do, me and KD Albert, who played Donna, and Terry Crews, it was all of our first project, and my job was to make sure that we came off as if we were seasoned actors. And so I put everything I had into that movie, to the point where in the script, Money Mike is raped in the bathroom. Katt Williams changed that.
Oh, you talked about this part.
Why? Because it's no way. What do you mean, Katt? There's no way. What are you saying? I'm saying in a place that small, I'm not rapeable. I don't care what has to happen. That's what will happen. And so that's how it changed and became a great movie. And just the thought process that maybe Rickey Smiley was going to do that, it is laughable. But yeah, that was going to be my only movie.
That's crazy.
So I had to do everything that I could do to make sure.
Hold on one second, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. You guys get a chance. Yeah, Friday, man. He really stole that role. Let me turn my mic up a little bit, guys. Can y'all hear me now? I think my mic was really low. Okay, I think it's better now, but let's continue on.
Sure that it went the way I needed it to, and I've done that in every one of the 60 movie roles that I've done, and the 50 network television roles.
Man, I'm glad you stood on that, man, because it's a lot of people who would not have. People get blinded by that bread, man, or that opportunity. And for you to stand on that says a lot, because I know Terry Crews would have probably enjoyed it, you know, in real life.
Oh, bless his heart. Yeah. Bless his heart.
Now, how did you get this this knack for comedy in the first place? Like you had a pretty tumultuous childhood. Like, how do you pivot from that and get into comedy?
I didn't find it to be tumultuous.
So at the time, you was living it. You like,
yeah,
you see it.
Yeah,
like
this is not tumultuous. Okay. But your question was, how did you
find comedy?
A lot of times you have the true appreciation for something when you're not trying to do it. You just like it. So that's the relationship that I had with music, and it was the relationship that I had with comedy. So musically, I could listen to Pearl Jam and the Ghetto Boys. Like, I could listen to 9 Inch Nails, and I could listen to Prince, and I could do that. And comedically, I found that I could do that too. It didn't matter what the comedy person looked like, or how they were built, or where they were from. If they were funny, I was going to be able to tell. So I understood that Don Knotts was out there working his ass off as Barney Fife. I understood he wasn't doing the same job as the rest of them. I understood that laughter is an emotion, and anytime you can tap an emotion that's very powerful, regardless of what emotion you're tapping.
When you're tapping these emotions, before you deliver the joke, are you cognizant of what it's going to take to like deliver that joke? Like, are you already knowing that I know for a fact I don't have to practice this, they're going to be with this right here. When I say this, oh, I'm going to get them.
As a comedian, I have the best fan base in the world, like documented.
You do.
The slight amount of advertisement that they allow me to do, and the fact that in a place as glorious as Houston, they pack the arena to the rafters, is based upon the fact that in 1990.
I admire that the Katt, he pays for all his own. Like, he's an independent guy. He's all independent. Like, he don't really need to be like in a movie or nothing like that, because he makes so much money off touring and doing his own. And he pays for the tours all himself. There's nobody backing him. Like, he's like Tyler Perry in comedy. People don't know that. Like, all the money that he gets from his tours, he takes that money and he just he rents the arena. He pays for the advertising. He pays for the staff, and he sells tickets in that town, in that arena. Takes all the profit from the ticket sales and he does it all over again. He splits up the money, takes his profit, and he splits up the money amongst the comedians that open for him. He chops it up. From what I heard, he pays really good. He pays his comedians really good, like Mark Curry and all them. He pays them really good, and he puts on other comedians that kind of just fell under the, fell to the, fell to the surface, fell to the bottom. We haven't seen Mark Curry in years, but he put him on. Katt is on tour with him right now, so he pays him really good. So it's man, I like that. He has a business mind. You know what I'm saying? Hit that thumbs up button, guys.
I respect you too much for that. What you gonna get from me is brand new. This is new.
Right now you have 12 comedy specials.
Okay.
Is there a magic number in mind, or you just want to just keep running to make sure you got the all-time number and that's secure? Are you already at the top? You got more.
I'm in no way counting numbers.
Wow. The most.
You've done.
I'm saying if 12 is the most.
It's funny. I'm watching this video as I'm watching this video on Willie D's channel, Willie D Live. This is where Katt Williams did the interview at. If y'all don't know, he's a famous rapper from the Ghetto Boys. He has his own YouTube channel, Willie D Live, and I'm looking at his number count because he just dropped this video not too long ago. It was 30,000 when I started this video. It's at 77,000 right now. So it's went up like double the amount, or double the amount, more than double since I've been doing this reaction video. People find Katt Williams compelling, man. I don't know why.
If 12 was
I mean, I know why. He's really smart. He's really funny. So yeah, makes sense.
most, there's not a number because I'm not putting a number to it. But I've been special that many times for an hour.
17 tours, 100 cities. That is a lot of work. That's enough work for a few lifetimes.
Exactly.
Most comedians won't even get 100 cities. Well, most comedians ain't gonna do that one time. And how do you continue to come up with this new material? Because you do new material every single time you show up. That's crazy.
It's a new show every single time I show up.
Man, that is crazy. I'm a comedy connoisseur. I follow comedy.
Yeah.
Most of the comics that are the top dogs right now, as far as like in some of our heroes in comedy, I was there when they were like working on their first jokes.
Yeah.
I was watching them and supporting them way back then.
Yeah.
But that is a tough feat to be able to do something like that. And I think that the reason why...
Not in 24 years.
Yeah. I think the reason why people like you is so much, what you do is you resonate with them so much is like what you just said. You show them the good and the bad side of you, but also you're talented. You're very talented, but at the same time you do show the good and the bad. And it's something appealing about being transparent to an extent.
Oh, not just to an extent, to the utmost. As soon as you, as a person, decide that you're not gonna lie anymore.
Can anybody tell me what exactly that thing says on Katt Williams' neck? Like it says fireworks or something. What does that mean on his? I'm curious to know. It's just something about that medallion is interesting. I don't know what made him want to do that.
And that whatever problem that you have, you're gonna deal with that problem right then where it presents itself. It'll show you a whole new side of you. It's very important. It's very important when you lie and allow lies. For some people, it's just, I'm just a little delusional. No, it's dangerous for you to do that to yourself. It's very unnecessary for you to.
Right.
You was on this radio station in Atlanta, and this host made a joke about you. And you killed a man, for I don't know how long that was, but man, I was like, time out, call the police, something, stop this slaughter, man. You was like, you really did a bad, and you didn't, I don't think you cursed one time.
I was just going to say, be very careful when you say how badly I did her, because I never called her out of her name.
That's what I'm saying.
I was very composed.
That's my point.
But let me explain it. Let me give you the exclusive.
No, let me make the point.
Okay.
You're one of the few only you and Bruce I've ever seen do that before. Destroy a heckler or someone that was challenging you or whatever. Destroy them for several minutes. Bruce killed this chick for about, I don't know, man, about 25, 30 minutes one night in Houston, and I never seen anybody else do that but you. 25, just back to back, gut busting, same person, right. No cuss words.
Yeah.
I had never seen that before, so how were you able to maintain your composure?
Hit that thumbs up button, guys.
Well, a very interesting thing happens when you try to trap something that's bigger than your trap. So imagine you set out a trap for a turtle and a rhinoceros steps into it. It's finna be a whole different situation now. So this lady behind the scenes is begging me to come into this interview that I've not scheduled, that I don't want to do, that I'm not dressed for, that nobody's called me about. She just wants it.
She bought it on herself.
To the point where she says, Katt, come on, you just want to end me for the city. I just want to give you your flowers. Well, I won't talk about kids. I won't talk about no jail. I won't talk about... This is the conversation she has with me, and then goes in that room and doesn't mention the Emmy and immediately begins to... Because this is a comedian. You're trying to undermine me. Atlanta is a heavily LGBTQ plus positive city. And the fact that you having a heavy gay fan base would tried to degrade me, a heterosexual, by making it seem like I'm gay. Gay people don't feel that way about me. Why would you? So it was a terrible thing that she found herself in. And comedically,
if y'all haven't seen that interview, you have to see. I'm surprised that hasn't went viral. I mean, it has a couple million views. It's an interview with Katt Williams with this in Atlanta, from this radio station in Atlanta, with this this comedian / radio host, Wanda Smith, I think her name was, and they kind of get into this little dozens match, and it kind of get kind of serious, and he is eating her ass up. It is so hilarious. If y'all haven't seen it, y'all can look it up.
you're outmatched.
Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel.
My defense is impenetrable. My offense will have the precise amount of viciousness that's necessary. If that means no cussing, that's fine. I don't want to talk to you and hurt heavy-set women's feelings or dark-skinned women's feelings or women who wear wigs' feelings. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm bantering with you because you keep acting like you're qualified to do that. Yeah. So, it was a setup. I'm always going to be prevail if I'm being set up.
You think Buddy was in on it? Her co-host? You think he was in on that? He didn't appear to be in on it.
No. Because here's the whole thing. He kept trying to get her to pull the plug on this, and she kept
going.
Not. So, she didn't understand even after we cut. She didn't understand what had happened. She still thought that she had been victorious. Yeah.
And then she tried to play the victim.
No, she played the victim. Her husband was willing to kill one of the greatest comedians to... Yeah, I'm saying... And remember, all of this has to happen. I have to allow it to happen. I have to also...
Talking about himself.
Preserve my life, and then after I do all of that, then I have to not press charges on you to these police.
It went all out, huh?
As if a crime has not been committed upon.
A pimp named Slickback. Man.
One of my favorite characters he played on the Boondocks. So she actually sent her husband up there to try to beat him, to try to shoot him. Did she send him up there?
Thank you for saying the whole thing.
Look, man.
Like a Tribe Called.
Yeah, you got to say the whole thing. You got to say the whole thing.
That is correct.
A pimp named Slickback.
A pimp named Slickback.
Man, that is one of the most iconic roles in television history.
Yes, it is.
How did that come about?
Dumb people love dumb people, and geniuses try to find people that are on their mental platitude. So, Aaron Magruder is one of the finest black writers that we've had.
Yes.
And the fact that he started his journey in the real trenches, writing for newspapers and getting syndicated across the country before he ever came to the next platform is what made him so formidable. So.
Anyway, y'all, this is it's a snippet that's one to play and do a reaction to. It's like an hour long interview that Willie D Live did. Go check out the whole video on Willie D Live on YouTube. Y'all can see the whole video. Yeah, Katt Williams is a deep guy. You can tell he reads a lot. You know what I'm saying? You can tell he's a very intellectual person. I would like to see Katt do more dramatic roles, because he did a good job on Atlanta. That part he played as Irv's, what's his name? Childish Gambino's name. I forgot his name. Donald Glover played, his character was Irv. He played the uncle of Irv, and he did a good job. It was kind of dramatic. He was funny in it, and he was also dramatic in it too, and that's why he got the Emmy for that. Cause yeah, I would like to see him do more dramatic roles. I think he can put it off. Like he could be funny and serious at the same time. Cause just in that little 22-minute show. I think it's an hour-long show, 22-minute show. I think it is 30 minutes. Atlanta. It's one of my favorite shows. Atlanta is one of my favorite shows since. Oh, I can't think if I had a favorite show. That's one of my favorite shows. Yeah, I don't have too many favorite shows. Atlanta was my favorite show. I was so hurt when they went off the air, which I understood. Everybody blew up and was doing movies and stuff like that. So, like that whole cast blew up from that show. That's how big that show was. Everybody from that show is huge, right? It's like an A-list. Even the dude who played Paperboy, he's an A-list actor doing movies with Brad Pitt and shit. Lakeith Stanfield, he got his own movie where he playing Black Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Big budget films. He's doing then that girl who plays Herb's baby mama, the real pretty mixed chick with the afro hair. She's doing Marvel movies, so it's like the whole cast blew up, and then Donald Glover, he's blowing up. So they had to end that show. So the last season of Atlanta wasn't even that good. But Katt Williams was on there. He played the uncle. If y'all haven't seen the episode, it's probably on YouTube. But he plays the uncle of the main character of the show, and that's why he got the Emmy. So I was like, I would love to see him do more acting in dramatic roles. Anyway, what y'all think about this video, man? Leave your comments, subscribe to Charles and Ness World. Appreciate it.